Hey guys, this is Joebizz34 coming at you once again with yet another cool custom. This time, not one of mine. I've reviewed Betomatali's work before, or other people's work that I bought from. And I did a little while back review Betomatali's Freddy Part 1 and his Ash, and they're actually right up there. If you can focus in, there they are sitting on top there, you can see. A little hard to focus in on, but there's my show that really quick in case somebody's watching this that didn't see my other video. Betomatali, he's in Mexico. He does great customs. Him and his wife Lupita. She generally does the clothing, and he does the head sculpting and the painting and puts the figures together. But he does fantastic work, and I have a video on these two guys when I first got them several months ago. That's the Freddy Part 1, and that's his Evil Dead 2 Ash. Very detailed. I mean, like I said before, these figures, you know, you get what you pay for. I mean, it's great quality, and you would swear they were mass produced or made by a manufacturer because they're so well made. The head sculpts feel like almost professionally done. I mean, it's not even so smooth. Now this is the alternate head right there. So this is Freddy's Revenge Part 2, and he's really outdone himself. And if you're on Sideshow, or anybody who's anybody in the 1/6 world knows Betomatali, and if you don't, make it your business to know him. And if you have some money, if you can save up some money to get one of his pieces, it's really a work of art. And he's going to be doing more soon. He just did a Michael Myers. He's doing a Part 3 Freddy very soon that I want to get because then I'll have all three. And he's working on a Jason as well, Friday the 13th, Part 3. With like alternate head sculpts and stuff. It's gonna be really cool. I mean, like I said, you save up for it, you buy it. It's like buying a museum piece because it's absolutely flawless. I mean, look at the detail on this. The sweater, um, the pants, the shoes, everything is made. Look at the stand. I mean, everything is just perfect. Now, unfortunately, at first, I had to wait because I didn't get this. I didn't get in online for this figure quick enough, and I wasn't. I was on a wait list, but I didn't get. At the time, I couldn't afford to buy it, and I was too slow in seeing his thread for it, so I was left out in the cold, as many others I'm sure are aware. But I was waiting very patiently to see if he would make more, or if somebody else would sell theirs. So I came close buying somebody else's, but they kind of they loved the piece so much they kind of went back and forth, and we never made a deal. And then all of a sudden one morning, a couple of weeks ago, I saw one pop up on the sales thread in Sideshow's forums, and it was Pepito MX who sold his, and Pepito, if you listen to this, it was for a very, very worthy cause, and I would do the same thing if I was in your shoes. I mean, I wish you the best. He's saving up for a new house and stuff, and he wanted to make some cash back. So good luck to you, man. I hope that works out well for you, and I'm glad I could help you as well as you helping me finally get my hands on this figure. So anyway, look at the details. So this came with two. This is the set B. He had a set A and a set B. The set A only came with this head sculpt, which is fantastic in its own right, and the flesh hand, which I love, by the way. I think that's such a great touch to really represent the Part 2 Freddy, the only movie that he actually had the claws come out of his fingers instead of no glove once he possessed the kid. So that represents that. So I have the flesh hand. I think I'll always display him that way because you can always have Freddy with the regular glove. There's plenty of Freddys with the regular glove, but how often do you get to have one like that? I mean, that's just cool. So the set B set, which is what I have, came with both head sculpts. This one here with his open mouth and his brain showing, which I'll show you in a minute, and then this head sculpt, the normal one. This is fantastic in itself, and I'm going to display this. I'm going to try to, Beto, if you're watching, I still want to buy an extra sweater off you if you have one, because I want to build up a second figure to display both head sculpts, because these are so well done that it's a shame to not showcase both of them if you can. Rather than to keep switching them back and forth. I'm kind of content with the way he looks like this. I think this is mainly how I'm going to keep him for this set. I have another hat here that I got from another Freddy custom that actually fits this head pretty well. So I might end up, like I said, if I can get my hands on another sweater, I can use this head. See what happens when you try to do things with one hand? But this hat goes pretty well. It's pretty close. It's actually like fabric. But it works. And if I can get another sweater and maybe I'll find black pants, and I could build up another Freddy and then use the gloved hand. Now this is the gloved hand. It's very similar to the gloved hand that he gave with the Part 1 Freddy, but it's accurate. I mean, it's you know, definitely screams Freddy Krueger. I mean, it's very detailed, like a real metal blade, so you know it can actually poke you, so you got to be careful. Same thing with this hand, real blades on the flesh hand. Look at that. I mean, it looks so cool just to display it like that. I mean, that's how great the head sculpt is. You know, if you do that, you kind of do that, like, yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. Pretty cool. So anyway, so the set B comes with all this. It comes with the two hands, the two head sculpts, and then the hat, and then the hat, and then he's got his own hat that's perfect. That comes with it, and this is like a very good representation of the hat from Part 2. The sweater, you know, like I said, his partner in crime there, Lupita, does the tailoring and makes the clothing, and I mean the sweater is just top notch. I'll take the light away again a little bit so you can kind of see a little better. The pants, all custom made. The shoes, I mean, look at the shoes, perfect. There's nothing I could say. I mean, you know, these reviews are short because it's just like, you know, I just say, hey, look at this perfect figure, done. You know, I mean, there's nothing to criticize. Now look at the brains. I'm going to get in on this so you can focus on that. Now, this is cool. Look at that. Now that represents a scene where he rips his head off and says, you know, you've got the body, I got the brains, you know. And the head, the weird thing is that this part of the head is like squishy. It's almost like it feels like a different material, like it's almost spongy. So it's really cool. And you know, if you ever get a chance to get your hands on one of these, and he's not making them anymore, so I would jump on getting a Part 3. You know, I already made it very clear to him that I want a Part 3 when it's ready. He's going to do the Dream Warriors. You know, if you ever have a chance to buy one of these secondhand now, if somebody else sells one, you know, it's worth the money. You know, it's not cheap like the prices of a Hot Toys figure or some other customs, but I mean, it's definitely worth it. I mean, everything is handmade, tailored, and everything is just perfect. Here's his hat. Put his hat. Well, I'll show you how the hat looks on the regular custom. I mean, not the regular, excuse me, the regular head. So, I mean, you know, you can't go wrong. I mean, look at that. Look how perfect that is. So, like I said, this hat's pretty cool. It's close enough. So if I need like an alternate hat, it kind of works. It's not as good, but you know, what I might do too is if I don't like how the hat looks, I can always display him with the hat off so it shows the brain, and then use the hat for this one. So that's another option, you know. Which, like I said, this figure doesn't look bad. I mean, nothing brings this figure down. I can't say enough. I really can't. Betomatali, you know, you knocked another one out of the park. I'm late to the game. I mean, there's been plenty of people, I think, on YouTube and stuff have already shown this, or, you know, it's no secret this has been made. But because I just had to give my take on it since I just recently got it, so it's new to me, and I've been drooling, you know, waiting a long time to get my hands on this figure, and I'm glad that I finally did. And let me tell you something, it's going to have to come down to me, you know, being 1 foot out the house homeless, you know, in order for me to part with this. So, you know, but, you know, there's plenty more goodies, good stuff to come. Betomatali's doing a Beetlejuice. He's doing other figures that, you know, are going to be just as great as this one. So don't feel too bad because, you know, if you missed out on this, you know, there's plenty of other opportunity to get something great from him in the future. Maybe a favorite character of yours that he has yet to tackle. You know, he's going to be doing some Jasons. He's going to probably, you know, he hinted at doing more Myers or maybe a Part 2 Myers. So, you know, there's a lot of goodies to come. A lot of goodness, a lot of 1/6 goodness coming from him. Betomatali, hats down. This is a 5-star. I mean, not even 5-star figure. Honestly, I can't say anything. I can't say anything bad. I really can't. It's beautiful. And you know, although the Freddy's Revenge wasn't my favorite Freddy sequel, it has its own little charm, and there's something about it that I always liked. Because it's different from the other ones, and had different music and had a different tone. I kind of did. I have a soft spot for it for some reason, even though it's not the best of the franchise. But I do, as far as the look wise, I think his look for Part 2 was very evil and very mean and vicious and very scary. And I actually I favor the Part 2 look of him more than maybe any other movie. So, and with this figure, it captures it perfectly. You know, Beto and Lupita did a great job once again. So that's Joebizz34 with my review of Betomatali's figure. Till next time, peace out.